Alright folks, Wednesday, vlog day. Got some tattoo footage I'm going to drop for you guys in this one. Try some different stuff. So, let's roll the intro, get to the tattoo footage, and we'll get this vlog on the road.
You'll never know how much it hurts to never see you smile. You know you need and want to laugh, yet you claim it's not your style.
stigma associated with tattoos is in decline. Young society has outgrown the old-fashioned negative opinion of tattoos below the elbow, resulting in a popular, mainstream trend of highly visible tattoos. The art of tattooing has felt society's arms of embrace, but its journey has also been scorned by society's rejection, abolishment, and even criminalization.
You know what I find a little weird? Is in a time where, like, strong female characters and everything are really more wanted now than ever, nobody's talking about Wonder Woman. I'm pretty sure that's coming out this year. It's either this year or next year. No, yeah, it is this year. And nobody's talking about it. Like, nobody's mentioning her at all. Like, if you've been waiting for a strong female character, like, you just found the golden goose. You know what I mean? I don't know. I saw a couple posts and everything today, and it just had me thinking about that for some reason. And just to throw it in, so no one can kind of, like, use this as, like, the debate against it, you can't really say that people aren't paying attention because it's a comic book movie, because the X-Men Apocalypse poster, whatever, that was a huge topic of debate. And that's a comic book movie.
Draw me like one of your French girls, Jack.
Alright, one, it's cold as shit out today. Two, I was watching this movie on Netflix, Salvation. It's got, I don't know his first name, but it's Mickelson, Valhalla Rising, and Hannibal. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. You can definitely see why they cast him as Negan. Like, if you check this movie out, I like it. It's set in like a western and everything like that. But yeah, you can definitely see why they cast him as Negan when you watch him in this role. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah, check it out. The Salvation. It's on Netflix Canada, so I'm not sure about the US. Watching the snow? Kaiju? Why are you ignoring me?
Now everybody from the 313, put your motherfucking hands up and follow me!
Oh, I can feel a sneeze going on. See if I can get through this without sneezing. Alright, just a couple words of wisdom, or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But we spend so much time trying to convince people of what we mean, so they're not offended or whatever it is. But at a certain point, you just gotta stop. You can't control how somebody else is gonna think about the situation or think about you. You know what I mean? It's just, you can't control it. Because even if you spend all day, every day, trying to convince somebody that the sky is blue, it's not green, they're always, no matter what, they're gonna always, stick to that thing. You know what I mean? And it's just, I don't know. Eventually, you just gotta stop. You just gotta stop trying, and however they even feel about you stopping trying to convince them, that's out of your control. I know it's probably gonna take an emotional toll or whatever, but that's part of life, unfortunately. And honestly, it gets to a point, if you know somebody long enough or you know somebody well enough, they shouldn't have to explain everything that they mean to you. You know what I mean? If somebody types a joke or whatever, or says the joke to you, and you get super offended with that person even though you know them, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's that there might be something going on with you. You know what I mean? Especially if the joke wasn't racist or anything like that. You guys know what I mean. It's just one of those things, eventually, you can't always convince people, what you mean or anything like that. It comes down to the person. And honestly, some people, they should know you well enough. And you should know them well enough, too. It goes both ways with that. I have no idea why I'm even saying all this, to be honest. I just figured fucking share some words of wisdom. Just getting some footage and everything, too. So, it works out. Maybe this helped somebody out there. And I got some footage. Oh, dope. Did that without sneezing. A couple people have asked me for movie recommendations and everything like that. And I was looking at my movie shelf. I'll show you guys quick here. Let's see. There's quite a bit. Even VHS is down there, at the bottom. PS3 games there, but either way. and even behind all these movies. I also got to change my air freshener apparently. But I'm going to give some recommendations of movies that I kind of feel like are a little slept on. So yeah, let's get into it. Deuces Wild. It's set in like 1920s Brooklyn and everything. It's a little bit of a Romeo and Juliet kind of story, little bit. But yeah, it's two rival gangs and everything. The little brother of one gang falls in love with the one guy's sister from the rival, and I don't know. There's just a lot to it, and honestly, it's cool to see like the kind of like 1920s gang setting. So yeah, if you like emotional story, Jesus, I'm so white in this light. So yeah, if you like emotional stories, you like some action and everything, it's definitely a good one. Highlander Endgame. Highlander Endgame was dope because we got to actually see like Duncan from the show and Connor from the movies together. I don't know. It was the first time I got to see Donnie Yen. He was in he played Chirrut Emwe in not Force Awakens, Rogue One. But yeah, I think it fits like perfect in like the Highlander stories, and again, a lot of good action, and I loved the story, to be honest. The tale of kind of like two brothers in conflict, and they know there's only one way to end it. So
there can be only one.
The Dead One. This is a good movie. So The Dead One is actually a comic book movie. Wilmer Valderrama actually plays the character. It was the first action figure I ever painted up. But yeah, it's a bit of the whole like resurrection kind of story. Comes back with certain powers and everything. I don't really want to like spoil it too much, but I don't know. You got to check them out, folks. The Dead One is more of like an independent film kind of feel. But honestly, I still like it. Well, I have it on DVD and everything, and I painted a figure. I obviously like it. Boondock Saints, the first and second movie. If you get a chance to check either of those out, they're really, really dope. So yeah, the Boondock Saints, it's two Irish brothers, and they basically say like, fuck it, we're gonna start taking all these criminals out. And they do it in the most badass fashion ever. Yeah. So yeah. If you guys are looking for movies to watch, there's a couple picks for you. And if you ever get to watch that masterpiece, Boy in the Plastic Bubble, my God. It's one of those ones that it's so horrible, it's good. Alright, so earlier I put something on my Instagram asking Denzel Washington in Equalizer versus Keanu Reeves as John Wick, like, who would win if those two characters faced off? I'm pretty sure it was like 3-1 or 4-1 for Keanu Reeves as John Wick. And that's honestly who I go for. In the Equalizer, like, Denzel Washington is very calculated, very, like, methodical with how he, like, tackles rooms and enemies and stuff. But with a one-on-one fight, like, John Wick is more... He has, like, the martial arts training and everything as well, but at the same time, like, he's more, like, gritty. Like, if there's a bottle beside his head, he's willing just to grab that, smash it, and then, like, jab you in the neck with it. Like, when it comes down to it, I think John Wick would be willing to do more to win the fight. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. If you guys have seen both of those movies, hit me up and let me know what you think. Or if you haven't, go watch them, because they're both dope-ass action movies. I don't know. Thank you for watching today's vlog. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'll be back tomorrow, as you guys know, with the life lessons, as always, on Thursdays. And, yeah, roll the outro.